Dhairya Karwa, welcome to CNN News 18.
Thank you, Vishal sir. It's a pleasure being here.
Thank you so much for your time, Dhairya. Dhairya, you'll be next seen in the film Apurva, which will be landing on Disney Plus Hotstar on November 15. It's a
Right.
survival drama. You have said that it was like an emotional journey for you when you took this part. So, having made
True.
Apurva, what is that one thing that you are most excited about your character that you think audience will be experiencing on November 15th?
So I think the emotion that my character Siddharth is driven by is the most relatable and the purest emotion, which is love, and how we all experience that in at some point in our life, that we will go to any extent to protect the ones we love and just do anything for them. So I think that's from that aspect alone, my character will resonate with everybody at some level.
So then, what attracted you about this film when you decided to be part of this? Considering that you've been part of some very successful films in the past, like Uri the
True.
Surgical Strike. You were also part of Made in Heaven and then Chakun Batra's Gehraiyaan.
Right. So the common factor in all my decisions is a great story and a good part in that. And I think Apurva is no different with that. How an ordinary, and just like everybody else in our lives, how we have a plan, but life has plans, different plans for you, and how a regular person's life just changes in a second. And that's the story of Apurva, how an ordinary girl's situation and everybody related to her, their lives change in an instant.
So, what
So,
is your character doing in the film? We saw a bit of it. He's of course is the boyfriend of Ada Sharma's
right,
character
yeah,
who gets abducted.
yes. So it's a story. It's again a story of two regular people who've just fallen in love, and how just unexpected events take place and things just change overnight. And it's a story of over 2 nights and one day, and how things pan out. And like I said, you would do anything to protect the ones you love.
You were last seen in Gehraiyaan. You played Deepika Padukone's character, Alicia's boyfriend, Karan Arora in the film.
Yes.
What changed for you post Gehraiyaan?
So more recognition, more visibility, uh, more jobs, more work coming my way, luxury of choosing the array of work just increases, that you have then some luxury to choose your work. And that's what you want, sir, when you're starting out as a young actor. Initially, the project chooses you, and then you do some work, and then you have the luxury that, okay, you have a couple of options, and then you can choose. So I think that's the biggest change, sir.
Also, was there a change or shift in the way industry wala
Yes,
started you?
there's an instant perception, sir, when you're part of a humongous project with such credible people attached to it. Uh, Automatically, in an instant, things change. Perception changes. The opportunities that come your way, that changes. So I've been really fortunate that Gehraiyaan came my way, and then things in the right direction, they just changed. Yeah.
Is it just a coincidence that after Gehraiyaan, which also dropped on an OTT platform, and the new one Apurva will also be premiering on a streaming platform?
So I mean, like we discussed earlier, the medium is not a deciding factor for me. I feel if it's the right story, a compelling story, and told with the right heart and right intention, that we make it with the right pure intent, it will find its audience. And it just so happens that again, my two releases have been on OTT, direct to streaming. Uh, Apurva from day one was supposed to be streaming films, which I knew that. So it wasn't a surprise for me that it's streaming now. But again, such a privilege that it's coming on the biggest streaming platform, Disney Plus Hotstar. And right now, during the Cricket World Cup, where the viewership is just through the roof. So as an artist, that's all you want, that you work and then your work is out there for the audiences to see.
Talking about the ongoing World Cup, I have to say you played Ravi Shashtri in 83.
Yes, sir.
So, how emotionally challenging was that role for you in 83?
So it was a big, humongous challenge, but a very exciting one as well. Like there will only be 183, sir. It was, and it's such a important event in the history of our country, in the history of cricket in India. It just changed the entire sport and how sportsmen are perceived. It was such a monumentous event, and then you are part, and then you're playing a legend. So he has dedicated his life to cricket, and he's been uh, first known in the capacity of a player, then as a coach, then as a commentator. So his voice, his presence is part of our experience. Dhoni's six and his commentary is iconic. So when you get to play such a big character, so of course it will scare you a bit that because his life is so public that people know him. He was a big heartthrob and he was the flamboyant cricketer in his time. So it was, of course, a challenge to take on such a big responsibility, but also at the same time, I was so supported by Balwinder Sandhu sir, who was his teammate in the '83 Cricket World Cup. So he was a coach. So he really took me under my wing and coached me. So again, it was such a fun experience of getting to play cricket, and that's your job. So it was an wonderful experience. Sir.
So then, do you now look at the game of cricket differently, and especially from the lens of maybe Ravi Shashtri?
Oh, yes, sir. You get such a perspective from when you see it as a player. Every professional sport, sir, when we just view it as an audience from TV or from the stands, it looks so easy. But when you get to play it and you see it is so difficult, like you have to dedicate your life to this. I remember we had a boot camp in Dharamshala, where now it's again one of the venues of the Cricket World Cup. So we were playing at the center pitch, sir. So when we were at the stand, the ground looked so small. But when you're at the center, on standing on the pitch, the ground is so huge. Just to get the ball to the boundary or throwing the ball from the boundary to the wicket keeper is a challenge. So, and of course, it changes that how much work it requires for it to look so easy when we watch it, and the discipline it requires, and especially the mental fortitude. Like you could be skilled, and every cricketer at an international level is skilled, equally skilled. But it's the mental capacity that really differentiates between the good and the great.
So then, having worked with an actor like Ranveer Singh, who actually over prepares for his role, he prepares so much. What was
That,
your big learning from 83? And with working with this talented bunch of actors, especially Ranveer Singh.
so his dedication to his craft, he will go all out to whatever is demanded from him for the character. He will do everything. And also, we were a bunch of 14, 15 actors as the Indian squad of 1983. And he led us as a captain. He led us showing that here, I am putting in the work. But again, at the same time, so I've said that he led as a leader, which is of course necessary. But at the same time, he would mingle with us like a team player, like an equal. It's not that he's Ranveer Singh and he'll come with his flamboyance and you are somewhere shy, or he will make you so comfortable and he'll treat you as an equal, which is his biggest admiring quality that I see in him.
Then how much work you put in to become Ravi Shastri?
So I played 10 months of cricket and now I can say that I can bowl with my left arm. I'm a natural right arm bowler. I played cricket for 10 months and now I'm ambidextrous. So I can bowl with my left also, I can bowl with, and you won't be able to tell.
But did you also work on your accent or some mannerism? Was there?
Yes. So in fact, I'll again give you a small anecdote. When I got to know that the casting call came my way that okay, audition for this, I had a week's preparation. Luckily, because the casting director was away, that 1 week, all I did was play Ravi Shastri's commentary, eating, sleeping, taking a shower. I would just listen to him, and then I just held on to some bit of it. And after a few months when I was on board, I got to know through the assistant director that Kabir sir, when he played my audition tape, he shut his eyes. He listened to it once. He said, "एक और बारी play कर." बोला कि ये correct है, इसको final करो.
तो
So
क्या
just
बोला
because
था?
on
तो क्या
उन्होंने
बोला था?
हाँ कि first time उन्होंने play करा, आंखें बंद कर लिया, सिर्फ सुना क्लिप को, मेरी ऑडिशन क्लिप को. फिर दूसरी बारी बोला कि एक और बारी प्ले कर. एक और बारी सुना, बोला ये करेक्ट है, इसको लॉक करो.
So then, how do you want to give us your shows how actually Ravi Shashtri talks?
So it's been a while that I haven't done it, but I will give it an attempt of at that point, because it's been 3 years now, so it's been distant, but um, Kohli drives through the covers. It's into the fence like a tracer bullet.
Oh, cool, nice. You still have. But Dhairya, you're not a trained actor, if I'm not wrong, right? You were a model
Correct, sir. That's
before
right,
becoming an actor.
Yes.
How hard was the whole transitioning process from being a model to an actor?
So not necessarily, I would say, from a model to an actor, but from a aspiring actor who has no experience to gaining some experience and being actually good and holding your own in front of the camera. That was the journey, and it takes time and effort. I feel if you really put your mind, heart, soul into it, nothing is impossible. And I know it's cliche, but if you really give it time, sir, and if you think that this is what I want to do and I enjoy this, initially, of course, you will not be as good as you think you want to be, or you are where you want to be. There'll be a huge difference. But one rejection, two rejections, those experiences, that will somewhere slowly they keep changing you, sir. And when you see it after 1 year, 2 years, you'll see, oh, there's a drastic change. So I feel, sir, my learning has been those from I came to Bombay in January 2016, and March 2018, I got Uri, which was my first film. So 2 years and a quarter, I just auditioned, sir. And I must have given probably over 1,000 auditions, sir. Not joking at all. I think 4 or 5 auditions a day. Easily, I would have 1,000 auditions over. And initially, it would really pull you down. And so that's the nature of the business, no? 99% of the times it'll be a no. It's the 1% yes, but again, that 1% is what matters. That doesn't matter. 99% no's don't matter. But initially, because you're so young and every actor, every artist is so emotional that we take those no very personally. So कहीं लगता है कि यार मुझ में तो कमी नहीं है यार वो, बट वो सब थोड़ा सा एक्सपीरियंस आ जाता है ना, तब आपको पता चलता है कि यार वो नो पर्सनल नहीं था, आप किसी के विजन में उस कैरेक्टर के लिए फिट नहीं हुए. तो सर दैट्स बिन माय जर्नी वेयर के नो करते करते फिर एक हाँ मिला, फिर एक और हाँ मिला, फिर आप गहराइयां तक आते आते सर क्या था कि फर्स्ट 2 फिल्म्स में मेरा स्क्रीन टाइम इतना नहीं था, लेकिन ऑलमोस्ट ऑल प्रोडक्शन डेज पे मैं सेट पे जरूर था. और मैं फॉर्चुनेट था कि मेरे अराउंड कुछ ग्रेट एक्टर्स थे सर, विक्की, रणवीर, पंकज सर, जतिन सर, ना बहुत लंबी लिस्ट सर. सो मेरा काम था सर एक स्टूडेंट की तरह ऑब्जर्व करना हो रहा है. तो मैंने वहाँ मेरी बहुत सीख हुई. तो जो भी मैं कुछ गहराइयां में कर पाया, बहुत बड़ा क्रेडिट है कि सर मतलब मेरी फर्स्ट 2 फिल्म्स को बहुत ज्यादा क्रेडिट जाता है, जहाँ पे लोग मेरे को इतना स्क्रीन पे नहीं देखते, लेकिन मुझे पता है कि वो एक्सपीरियंस मेरे लिए बहुत जरूरी था.
You just said you have done close to over 1,000 auditions.
Yes.
And faced a lot of rejections. You're a tall actor. What's your height? You're 6'5"? What?
6'4". 6'4".
6'4". So you're 6 feet 4 inches tall. Is this an advantage or disadvantage?
So I only see it as an advantage. See, my first role, they needed an army person, a sick soldier. You needed tall, well-built. Second, Ravi Shashtri, he's 6'3", I'm 6'4", close enough. And then again, paired with Deepika, you need somebody tall. So for me, I feel it's an advantage for me, sir. And if somebody thinks it's a disadvantage, now that I can't do anything about it.
But do generally directors call you कि हाँ लंबा hero चाहिए, लंबा actor चाहिए, तो let's call Dhairya?
सर अभी तक तो नहीं, बट शायद इंटरनली डिस्कशन यही हो कि वहां तक तो हो जाए कि अगर टॉल है, अगर फर्स्ट थॉट टॉल से आता तो ठीक है, बाकी से गुड एक्टर से पहचाना जाओ तो और भी अच्छा होगा.
And finally, what is that one thing that you did not know about this profession that continues to surprise you each time you start a new project?
So there is no success formula. Nobody knows what will work, how it will happen. But what is important is that you believe that it's going to happen. How is not your job. So ये बहुत आसान है बोलना, और ये इसमें मैं भी स्ट्रगल करता हूँ. और मेरे को 8 साल हो गए मेरी जर्नी की. Almost by this end year I'll be 8 years in Bombay, and 5 projects sold, 4 films, and there's a series coming out soon as well. बट फिर भी ये सर कुछ क्लीशेज होते हैं ना, आप लाइफ में बड़े होते सुनते जाते हो कि यार ये सब कोई बोलते हैं, लेकिन वो जब एक्सपीरियंसेस के थ्रू जाते हैं तब पता चलता है कि सच बोल रहे हैं.
खुद को मोटिवेट करने के लिए इट्स इम्पोर्टेंट
तो
टू
बहुत जरूरी है, स्पेशली आई तो फील इन बॉम्बे. So the most important job of an actor is to keep himself happy and content, because it's a mental game, so more than anything else. To be here and to stick around, because if you stick around and if you work on your craft, that opportunity will come around. It will someday. It will.
Well, here's wishing you all the best, Apurva. Thank you so much for your time. Looking forward to see you in many more films and series. Please do more work. Thank you so much for your time and best of luck.
Thank you, Vishal sir. Thank you for your time.